Reddit, what's your most time with the boomers on this opinion? Touchscreens in cars are a fundamentally bad idea and physical buttons, or similar controls, need to be brought back. Distracted driving is at an all-time high. Touchscreen controls literally require you to take your eyes off the road and can create a longer time of inattention due to their complexity. I have an old-ass car with physical controls. I can do dang near anything, radio, climate control, etc., without taking my eyes off the road and in much less time. I want a human customer service operator, not an automated operator or chatbot. I don't need a subscription for everything. No, you don't need my phone number or email, just let me buy my shirt and get the fuck out of the store. Certain things shouldn't require you to download an app and / or create a whole account, including ordering food in a restaurant, paying for parking, buying something online, sending a parcel. Music in bars is too loud. Edit to add that I've been a touring musician and live sound technician. I love music, but it actually sounds better at lower volumes, and I want to be able to hear it into my old age. Screw fast fashion, my clothes should be made to last. I'm not rich, so it's unavoidable, but I'm willing to spend extra on clothes that aren't made of plastic, and I do my best to repair my damaged clothing instead of throwing it out. TV is getting too dark. Not emotionally, it is visually too dark and I can't see it. There is an old acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Just because you can make something super flashy / complicated / intriguing or otherwise impressive, doesn't mean you should. This goes from everything from cars to computer software to movies and film. Trying too hard to make something impressive only leaves you with something that may look pretty but doesn't have proper support. Not everything needs to connect to the internet or have an app attached to it. I just want my fridge to keep shit cold. I don't understand why we have to bring Wi-Fi into this situation. Physical media, owning books, movies, and music, is far superior to a subscription service, or digital content. Basic home appliances, fridge, washer / dryer, etc., do not need a touch screen. Sometimes it's faster, and easier, to just plug something in, instead of dealing with Bluetooth connectivity. There's something nice about knowing how to get it connected and being able to physically connect / disconnect. Electronic devices should be reparable. All of them. TVs and smartphones should last for at least 10 years. How is that we are all environmental friendly but we switch iPhones every 2 or 3 years? Many things which basically all trace back to sundry get off your fucking phone situations. Touchscreen cars are not a good idea. What was great advice 20 years ago, but definitely isn't now. In high school, as part of one of my classes, they brought in a lady who worked HR for some recruiting firm for a few days to teach us how to do resumes and cover letters and such, and she told us even if a place has an option to apply online, always go in person and pick up an application. No one takes online applications seriously. My dad told me once, "Son, you shouldn't schedule a single vacation day the first year of your job. It shows you're committed." Buy Yahoo stock. Don't forget to print out your directions from MapQuest before you leave. You need to memorize this cause you won't have the info accessible later. Generic dating advice. Getting a diploma will secure your life. You're searching for a soulmate on the internet? Lord, you must be insane. To look after your phone battery, you should let it go all the way down to 0% and then charge fully to 100%. Get an ARM loan on your house. Values go up like 10 to 20% each year, and by the time the load adjusts, flip that house for a sweet profit. Stay at the same company for long periods, they show no loyalty or keep up in pay rises. If you want pay increase and promotion, best to swap company every 1 to 3 years. Buy that house. Sure, it seems weird that you qualified for such a high home loan, but I'm sure they wouldn't offer it to you if you couldn't afford it. When you dial collect on the payphone, just say where you are, what time you need a ride, then hang up as not to get charged. To this day, my mom believes the way to apply for any job is to walk in and hand your future boss your paper resume, whether or not they're actively hiring. She's not even 60 yet, but calls anyone who applies online a lazy piece of shit, and she doesn't believe I have an actual job because I work from home. She just hates computers. Edit ***, I guess some people like sorting by new, LMAO. I don't live anywhere near my mom. We don't get along, but if we did live close, she would absolutely assume I'm available all day long. No, I don't know why she hates technology. She thinks it's all a scam. She's the person that would call IT support asking where the any key is. My job is entirely tech-based, and we only meet in person to run inventory quarterly, but she's 1000% under the assumption I work in a diner because that's the family legacy, I guess. Or maybe because I just love diners, so she assumes I work there? I'm uncertain. Walk in, ask for the manager and give a firm handshake. That's how you get the job. These days, you can walk in, ask for the manager and he'll direct you to apply online. Then you won't get any response, or you'll get one 6 months later when HR turns over and the new guy gets around to denying everyone who applied. Who are the scariest types of people? Friends at work who are the first to go and tell everyone your personal business along with running their mouth to the bosses about everything behind your back. Act like best friends in person but really try and use the friendship to gain an upper hand at work. The scariest kind of person would be someone who manipulates, and lies like it were normal because they'll easily get you to do things and make you think it was your idea. People who have nothing to lose. People who feel justified in using violence every time they get the least bit annoyed. Those obsessed with another person to an extreme point, be it a celebrity or an ordinary person. Groups of teenagers. Living in Chicago, I've learned that scary guy on the train will likely leave you alone, but the group of 14-year-olds walking toward you on the sidewalk might jump and rob you. Removed. Lie with straight face and have no empathy. A charming sociopath. I have a hunch that I know one, and I call their behavior turning on the charm to get things to go their way. I can tell when they are going to ask me for something because I see their behavior switch. Todd from Breaking Bad, nice and polite but kills people without empathy. Dumb people who think they're smart. Weak people in positions of power. The people that everyone around you seems to like, but you just get a bad vibe from them, and since they've technically given you no reason to feel that way, you have to keep hanging around them in the group. A homeless person told me his philosophy on life is that, the world has hurt me so much, any act I do is justified because I'm such a victim. Paraphrased, he was rambling, but I repeated this back to him and he agreed. It was one of the saddest and scariest things I ever heard. He just has no love left for humanity whatsoever. And I've recognized that thought pattern in myself as well. It's the logical foundation for revenge. I feel like you wronged me, so I'm going to do whatever I want to you and call it justice because I view myself as a victim. And then proceeding to play judge, jury and executioner. The homeless person just applied it to the whole world. Now when I recognize this thought pattern, I do my best to snuff it out because it's evil and childish. Hurt people hurt people. I know a guy who's a legitimate sociopath. Doesn't give a fuck about anyone. He has friends per se, but they're more just people he keeps around because they benefit him in some way or another. Easily convinced he'd watch someone die without helping if he didn't see himself getting anything out of it. It's actually a trip spending time with him, listening to him talk and seeing how he acts around people. He kinda reminds me of Christian Bale's character from American Psycho. Tall, handsome as fuck, pulls girls like crazy, but he could kill someone if he needed to and not bat an eye. I should mention that he's aware of all of this, doesn't deny it, and actually finds joy in the fact that he's that way. People are drawn to him because of his charisma but don't hang around once they actually get to know him. He couldn't care less. I only met him through a buddy that grew up with him, who no longer hangs out with him either. Hilariously enough, he's in sales and is amazing at it. Edit, improper use of couldn't care less.